Hey guys, it's your girl Esha here again. And I am getting ready to start cooking. Well, not exactly. So I pre-cooked the chicken in my Instant Pot, which as you can see is right over here. And it is pretty much fully cooked. I put it in there for 15 minutes on the high pressure setting. So for those of you who don't know what Instant Pot is, it's a pressure cooker. So it cooks things in a shorter amount of time. I find it keeps the chicken really juicy, and then I usually take it out of the Instant Pot and put it into the oven. So I'm preheating the oven right now, and I'm just kind of waiting for that to get hot at 375 Fahrenheit. Yes, Fahrenheit. Just to make sure that it's nice and heated by the time I put the chicken in. And the chicken is just gonna go into brown for a little bit, and this is the jerkish chicken that I'm making. So it's just gonna go into brown for a little bit before being done. It doesn't really need to cook for that long. So what I'm gonna do now is work on my plantains, because I'm gonna make some fried plantain, and that reminds me to start heating up the stove. So I can start getting that ready, and then I'll start making the festivals that will kind of go with everything. Really excited. All right, so I'm gonna start working on my plantains, and in the meantime, I am going to talk about the Eat, Dance, Travel Jamaica trip that I am offering to you, because it is going to be so much fun. Once again, you're not going to have to do any of this prep work with food. It just ties in really nicely with the whole Caribbean vibe, and jerkish chicken, of course. Jerk chicken, real authentic jerk chicken, is from Jamaica. So what better way to talk about it than by talking and making at the same time. So what is Eat, Dance, Travel, the Jamaica edition? So part one of the trip, we're going to be taking you to Montego Bay, Jamaica, and we're going to be staying at a fabulous all-inclusive resort. So I just want you to, close your eyes and think for a second. Beautiful blue water, private cabanas, all you can eat, all you can drink. Just large, beautiful, wonderful displays of food, all different kinds of food, including Jamaican food that you can think of. And where we're staying is actually reputed to have the best jerk chicken on the island. So, yes. So that's the Montego Bay portion of the trip, and that is gonna be really fun. So back to the plantains. What I'm doing, guys, these are super ripe, as you can see, and from the video that I showed you earlier, these are super ripe. So I'm just slicing them up, and they're about, what's that? Half an inch, probably about half an inch thick, maybe 3/8 of an inch. And these are gonna be fried. So I'm just slicing off the end, peeling them, because if you're not familiar with plantains, they're cousins to bananas. So you don't eat them raw though, that's the difference. Like you would eat bananas, they have to be cooked. So fried is my favorite way to enjoy them, but you can also do boiled, and that will work just as well. So what I'm gonna do, guys, I will finish slicing these up, and when I get back, I will tell you about part 2 of the trip, because there's even more lovely all-inclusive food and dancing to talk to you about. All right? Okay, cool. All right, so let's get into the last plantain here, just peeling, and I'm gonna slice it while I talk about the second portion of Eat, Dance, Travel, Jamaica. It is the second portion. The first portion, as I said, is in Montego Bay, and the second portion of the trip is going to be in Kingston, Jamaica, for the Jamaican Food and Drink Festival. And guys, let me tell you, as if I wasn't excited enough about the Montego Bay portion of the trip, the Kingston portion of the trip is going to be even better, because it's the Food and Drink Festival in Jamaica. So there's a couple of events there are a few events that happen during the festival, but there are a couple of events that I am especially excited to take you with me on. And the first event is called Crisp. And this is a tasting festival, or tasting event, I should say, where they pair different kinds of food. So think about textures that are crispy, crunchy, savory, you know, and they pair it with different beers. Yes. So it's food and drink, right? So you can't have the food without the drink. So think about all of the different textures and the smells that is going to be so good during this event, okay? So that's Crisp. That's one of the events that I'm really, really excited about. So the second event that I am especially excited about is Picante. And Picante is another event in the Jamaican Food and Drink Festival, as I was mentioning, that I really, really want you to go with me on. So Picante is where everything spicy, and of course spicy doesn't just mean hot, but everything with lots of flavor. If you can just smell the spices in the air and imagine the flavors exploding in your mouth. And of course there's wine and drink pairings with that as well. But that is the second event that I'm seriously, seriously excited about going to in Jamaica, in Kingston with you. So as far as the time frame goes, this entire Eat, Dance, Travel Jamaica is happening in late October, early November. And it's going to be an entire week, half in Montego Bay, half in Kingston. And yeah, we're going to be taking you to the Food and Drink Festival, and it's going to be amazing. All right, so if you aren't hungry yet by talking about all that food and drink, or you're not enticed yet, I'm not sure what else to tell you. No, I'm kidding. Of course I know what else to tell you. So I am frying up the plantain here, and I just tilted my pan a little bit to let the oil kind of move around. And I think I'm going to turn this up just a little bit more, although it is sizzling. And yeah, I'm going to let the plantain fry. I'll definitely get a few close-up shots for you guys of this, but we are cooking. Yeah. Okay, I'll be back with more soon.